Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be discussing the Primaris range as a whole. We're going to be looking at the brand new Primaris Lieutenant, which has just been previewed today because GW have gone worldwide with 500 stores now. That is a big milestone, so congratulations to that. And I just want to speak about the future of the Primaris range and what is yet to come, or what I would like to come. So as you can see with the image in the background, we have a brand new Primaris Lieutenant, however you want to bloody pronounce it, with a Stalker Bolter rifle. The pose is cool. I like the pose. I actually like that he's took like the top part of his helmet off, and I don't know what he's going to do, chug it to the ground or something. Fun fact, I didn't know that those helmets came apart that way. I actually thought you took the full helmet off, but apparently, you know, if it gets too hot inside, you can just put the top down and just, you know, get chiller. Now, as much as I like the sculpt, one thing is getting really annoying for me when it comes to Primaris. I'm a massive Primaris fan, but I'm sick of Primaris Lieutenants being shoved down my throat. We have a Primaris Lieutenant that you get with a Conquest magazine. Again, it's another amazing sculpt, even though I was a bit, you know, oh, crap, it's got Ultramarine symbols all over it. I have to file them all off, but it still is a fantastic model. But it's just, all they're giving us is Primaris Lieutenants. I really want something else. The range has a very lack of character models in it when it comes to the Primaris range. You have the Apothecary, Chaplain, Librarian, but you only have one variant of that. I know you have, like, I think it's two variants of the Captain model, if I'm not mistaken. One with, like, the plasma gun and one who's pointed his sword forward. But I would absolutely love if they did more variants of these kind of special characters. The Chaplain model, the Librarian models, I would love different variants of them. That goes for the Apothecary as well. But why not do, like, a cool Hellblaster Sergeant, a cool Reaver Sergeant? You know, something that really stands out rather than just having another Primaris Lieutenant, because that's what the range lacks at the moment. It lacks variety when it comes to models from a character standpoint that really stand out. So I'm hoping that GW does something with that and they do give us a few more characters, because that's what the range lacks at the moment. I know it lacks plenty of other stuff as well when it comes to armament, but from a character model standpoint, that is at the top for me. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking me about, do you think Primaris are going to get their own Codex? Is this just the start? Are we going to get new Primaris stuff soon? I definitely think new Primaris stuff is coming, but it's a matter of when. And for me, I say next year Primaris are going to get something big. That's just me saying that. I haven't, you know, no one said something to me at all or anything like that. That's just me saying I think Primaris are going to get something next year. I think before they do get anything though, I feel that Chaos are going to have a big release of something. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I'm still sticking to my guns, thinking that Black Legion are going to get some love somewhere down the line. There's rumours of like Angron, Fulgrim Primarchs that's been floating around and we all go mad for and stuff like that. So maybe that is going to be coming out the woodwork before we really see anything done with the Primaris range. There's something I'm seeing a lot of online, and again, this is not rumour or anything. This is just topics of, you know, back and forth between people. Is that, will Primaris get their own Codex? Now, as much as a Primaris fanboy as I would like that, I don't think it really makes sense for them to get a Codex. I would love it because that means you have to dedicate a full Codex to like all stuff in, so I think we'd get a boatload of new vehicle models and, you know, character models and stuff like that. But when you look at the full-on Space Marine range, it doesn't make sense. I would hate it that they would split that faction into between Primaris and non-Primaris Marines, because there's not a lot of love at the moment for the Primaris models when it comes to people who are still stuck with, you know, I've got like, you know, I like to call them mini marines and stuff like that. So those who have the mini marine force, and that would just alienate them from the Primaris more. I would like them just to be intermixed like it is in the lore. I know there is some strictly Primaris only chapters, but that's only because of the founding that Gilliman did, you know, putting all these guys into stuff and setting up like new chapters because the galaxy was like eating its own arsehole. So I can understand that from a lore point. When it comes to codexes, I would strictly, absolutely hate it if they actually split them up, because I think it would just cause friction between the fans like me and you. Like, I love Primaris. People tell me that I'm an idiot for liking Primaris. I don't really care, but I love him. Some people hate him, and that's just the way it is. And if you're going to start splitting them up and stuff, it's just going to cause more people to get more angry and start hating other people who actually do like the Primaris faction. When it comes to what we have for the Primaris at the moment, I think it's good. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's, you know, it's something, okay, we've had enough, we don't really need any more. I do think we are missing some key things in some key areas. When it comes to anti-tank, I do stand by my word and say that Hellblasters, for me, are the best Primaris unit. If you can manage to get your overcharge shots off without killing yourself, you have, you know, like a lieutenant captain around you and stuff like that for all the rerolls, they can really be a devastating unit. But when it comes to stuff like getting your Primaris into melee range, and especially with just like the normal tactical squads, you're really at a dead end. One of the bonuses to them is that they do have the 2 wounds, but I would love stuff like, you know, chainsaws attached to everyone, you know, power swords, lightning claws, power fist. At the moment, only some HQ choices and a sergeant have that option. I really would like to equip that, you know, more in the squad to different Marines and have more of a melee capacitor when it comes to the general foot soldiers of the Primaris range. There's one thing that we definitely lack, and I rant about this all the time, absolutely all the time. Though most of you who know my videos, you know what this is going to be, and that is a proper transport vehicle for the Primaris. I know we have the repulsor. Before you go in and go, well, you have the repulsor tank, but the repulsor is a mishmash between a battle tank and a transport. It's trying to be both, and it's neither both. It's basically like Dawn of War 3. It just makes me mad every time I try and play it. I just want like just a dedicated transport, like a Rhino. That's what I'd love. I'd absolutely love a flyer that can transport Primaris Marines. It still gets me very mad that they can't fit in like some of the transport vehicles that Space Marines can at the moment, like Land Raiders or anything like that. Even though you've got Custodians in Land Raiders, it really doesn't make sense lore-wise. I know you can, okay, it's balanced rules, but it's like, okay, make us our own dedicated transport then, and we can just jump in that. The repulsor, as soon as you put the repulsor down on the table, because it has that much firepower, it instantly becomes a threat to the enemy. You can put like three las cannons on it, all the rockets, all the Dakar on it, all the bolt of fire you can put on it, and all the players instantly target that tank because they see it as something that can put out a hell of a firepower. So once it starts getting wounds on it, you can't really move it across the board because it works on characteristics where the more damage you take, the less it moves, and, you know, the less it hits on and stuff like that. So it really can become a crappy vehicle very fast. I tell you what I'd absolutely love for the Primaris is that we have the repulsor, which is the half cross between thing. We don't really have anything in the middle, and then we have the Australia super heavy tank. So if you want to bring like just a normal battle tank, you have to really bring that or the half cross between monster thing. I would love like a Predator-esque type of battle tank where it's just a tank, nothing else. Of course, you can have like all the hover stuff on it to make it like, you know, way more cooler. And that way you could really put the points down on it then, because you're not transporting Marines, it's just an all-out battle tank. I think that could really work with the Primaris range if they actually decided to add more vehicles to it. Right, that's me done for another video, going on down your bloody lug holes. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, the models are cool. I love the models. I just wish they were just something different rather than more lieutenants. I've got lieutenants coming out like every orifice of my body at the moment. I've got so many lieutenants. Come on, GW, give us some more captains, chaplains, chapter masters, apothecaries. It's there for the taking. Get it done, and people will spend money on it. Thank you for watching once again. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.